Hi, Jess here. So today we're going to talk about how to clean the interior of a car. We're going to use the products by Clean Green Wash and Wax, and just going to kind of go through step by step how we've learned to clean and detail the insides of cars. The car we're working with today, it's not that bad. It's, I would say, a pretty standard car, but at least we can show you how to do things. There's no real heavy stains or anything on the inside. There's just some garbage, some vacuuming, stuff like that. I'll bring you in to show you the car. Just pretty normal, somebody with kids type of car. Just clutter and everyday stuff. So there's some staining on the floor mats that we'll pull out and show you how to use. There's actually only one floor mat in this car, but we'll at least be able to show you the steps that we use. First thing I do, open all the doors. 2 clear garbage bags. I use clear garbage bags so that way I can see what's in them and I don't make any mistakes. One is for obvious garbage. If it's your own car, it's a little easier. If it's somebody else's car, you want to be kind of careful. I don't throw away receipts or anything like that. Use food stuff, and it's real obvious garbage. I don't think you have to worry about that. But I'm going to go through and collect all that up. The other bag is for personal belongings. Now, be careful with their stuff. Don't just cram stuff in here, but little things like the headbands, little things that get left in there, phone chargers. You just want to get all this out of your way while you're cleaning, and you don't want it to get scattered. So to start with, just open all the doors, go through and do that. If you're cleaning out the trunk, you're going to do that too. On this car, we're not. They said they had a bunch of stuff in the trunk, so not have to worry about it. So I'm going to go through, collect all that stuff out, and then we'll move on to the door jams. Okay, so now we've gotten all the stuff out. I've set the 2 bags aside. I'll have the customer look at them before I throw them out and do whatever with them, but they're out of the car, out of our way. Usually at that time I'll pull out floor mats too and just kind of toss them aside. This car, like I said, only has 1 floor mat. I didn't grab it out yet just because I was making a video. I'll pull it out as I'm going. The next super important step that a lot of people overlook is door jams. It looks terrible when you have a clean car, open the door and there's junk all over there, and the more you let it build up, the harder it's going to be. So it takes a couple minutes. Just keep these clean. Best thing in the world for it, cleaning wax. This stuff works awesome, super easy to use. So I'm gonna go through and hit these door jams real quick. You always want to get this part of the door jam and this part, both. Real simple. Spray it down with cleaning wax. Use a micro. This is the micro that I used for the outside of the car to dry. So it's not brand new, but it's also not filthy. And that's it. It wipes it. This dust comes right off. It's a totally different look to your car than when you open the door and it's filthy dirty. We're just gonna hit all 4 of these doors real quick. No need to keep it running. I'll be back. I'm gonna get these and then we'll start going over the next step. One more quick little addition on the cleaning door jams. It's something I usually do right in the beginning. If the car's unlocked, I'll go through and hit door jams. It gets it out of the way, keeps the overspray from getting on your paint or on your door panels or anything else. The spray from the cleaning wax won't hurt anything, but it could leave some spotting or something like that. So just something to keep in mind. I usually do that first. Get it over with, get it out of the way. Okay, so the next step, we've got our door jams cleaned. I got all the trash out of our way. The next thing I like to do is a real quick vacuum. This is not the final vacuum. It's more just to pick up everything and see what you're working with. This car's not real heavy dirt, so you could get away with not doing this yet, but I feel better about hitting it twice. It kind of picks up some of the chunks and you don't have to deal with them later. While I'm doing this, I also will take my interior brush. This is a real soft bristled brush. I take this and just kind of dust out my vents in the crevices, like the window roller uppers, any little spot with dust in it. I can just kind of brush it out as I'm vacuuming, and that'll pick up some of that stuff too. We'll use this again later, but this is a quick run through. So I'm just gonna run through and hit that real quick. I'll pull the video in to let you watch me use this in the brush later, but for this one it's just super simple, fast, get it done. Alright, so now it's time to start getting into the important stuff. Now we're actually going to clean the inside of this car. This is a big step that's different between a car wash and a detail. Now, right now we're going to use a cleaner, not a dressing, but a cleaner. Clean all of the vinyl, the seats, the carpet, everything. We use Dry Clean. It's a waterless cleaner. This can be diluted at all different strengths depending on what you need. General application like this, where there's no real heavy staining in the carpet or anything, I'm going to dilute it about 30 to 1, 40 to 1. Right now I'm using 40 to 1. Like I said, this doesn't need a lot of real heavy. If you have some real heavy staining in your floor mats or in your carpets, play with it, get it to where you need it. You can also use it in a bucket with a brush. You pour a couple ounces in a bucket with some water and a stiff bristled brush, dip the brush in there and scrub. That'll take it out of the carpet. For this, we don't really need to go to that length at all. We will, however, I use this. It's just a stiff bristled brush. Great to have. It doesn't matter if it's this style or if it's like the long handled ones. You can pick them up anywhere. Everyone has preferences. This is just what I like to use to get down in the crevices and stuff. And you're just gonna spray this on. You get a little bit of spray down on your carpet and you're just gonna kind of brush it out with this and follow up with wiping with the microfiber. Also still have our soft bristle for in the crevices. Now we'll spray the product directly onto this brush and wipe our crevices now, and that'll pick up the last little bit of dirt that we left behind. So I'm gonna try and pull the camera in so you can see me, and we'll work on this back seat. I always start in the back. That way I can move all my seats completely forward, get the carpet real good, do everything in the back, pull the seats back, do the front, and it's done. We don't have to keep going back and forth. So right now I'm going to slide the seats up, move the camera in, and we'll start on the back seat. Okay, so all we're going to do now, I'm just going to start here, set all my tools over to the side. Once I get a clean spot, I'll set my tools back up that way. I'm just going to give a quick mist of everything with Dry Clean. Start with the seat. Now with this seat, it doesn't need a whole lot of scrubbing, so I'm simply just going to use my micro and wipe everything down. This will break up the last little bit of dirt or hair or anything that's on there and get it off. Now if you run into a spot where you find some staining or some heavy buildup, like right here we got some, I'll spray a little on there, stiff bristle brush, take it right out. Now remember, you're still going to have some dirt and some hair and stuff. We haven't vacuumed this completely yet, but that's part of the idea. Once we break all this up and get it clean, then we're going to go through and vacuum it out. So just remember that. But that's why we do the initial one, so you're not fighting with a whole bunch of extra dirt. Carpet, same thing. I'm going to spray everything down. The tracks that the seat rides in, those always get dirty. You want to make sure and get those wiped out. A lot of time with carpet, again, the stiff bristled brush, just kind of hit everything, it breaks it up. And that way too, when you vacuum, that final vacuum, it'll pick up the last little bit. Make sure and get down in those crevices real good. It's where a lot of dirt likes to hide, and it'll, no matter how clean you get the rest of the car, that's what you'll see. So I'm just gonna go through and take care of this on the whole car. Once I get everything clean, I'll bring you back in for the next step. All right, so real quick, now I'm at the point, I'm gonna do the final vacuum right now. There's nothing to really show you with it. You know how to vacuum, so right now I'm gonna go through and make sure I pick up every little thing, all the stuff I've brushed loose, everything. We wanna get all that out of there right now. So this is gonna leave the back seat clean, then we'll just have to do the dressing and the glass and we'll be done. So I'm gonna get that done and I'll show you those two. All right, we got it all vacuumed out. It's looking good. Now we just wanna get all of our vinyl dressed. As what this is going to do is provide you UV protection. It's going to give it a nice clean look. We use Impress Interior Defense. This is not going to give you that greasy, slimy look. It's more of a matte type of finish or a satin type of finish, like a natural look. Sorry, I gotta put my glasses on, the sun's in my eyes. So nobody really wants to see that. The other thing, if you get a real shiny surface, that's gonna attract the sun and the UV rays and lock dirt in there. It's bad in so many ways. So I always try and use a natural finish type of dressing, and it's real simple to use. Just spray it on. I spray it onto my towel. I don't spray it directly onto the panel. There's a few reasons. One, then you don't get the spray on everything else, but also it helps keep it a nice even coating, and you get everything. If you just kind of blotch it on there, the heavier spots will get more, the lighter less. You get the idea. So I'll do this door panel behind me real quick so you can see it get done, and I'll finish up the rest. Now when you're spraying it on, you don't need a whole lot on your rag. Just kind of mist over the rag a little bit. This stuff smells amazing too, by the way. If you haven't used it before, you'll definitely like the smell. Okay, now an important step a lot of people don't do. We're back to the brush. Take your brush, your dressing, spray a little bit on there, hit all the edges. Now you get those cracks and crevices, everything out of them, leaves it super clean. You got a perfect looking door panel. And that's really all there is to it. Alright, last thing I'm going to show you is windows. I'm just doing the insides. I did the outsides already with the cleaning wax. So on the insides of the windows, clearly perfect. The best glass cleaner you'll ever use, no doubt about it. I've tried everything. This is actually one of our newest products because it took me so long to get a formula that actually works the way I wanted it to. So I highly recommend you try this. It's not available by itself. It's only available with the kits, the interior detailing kit and the detailing kit as of the making of this. But keep an eye on our website. So it's just like any other glass cleaner as far as the use. It is tint safe. That's a big thing on it. There's no ammonia, so it's not going to turn your tint purple or make it bubble up. I do recommend you use it on tinted windows for sure. Just like any window cleaner. You can spray it on the rag or on the window. I vary. Since I've already dressed everything, I usually spray it onto the rag. If there's heavy dirt or heavy dog nose marks or something like that, or kid handprints, I'll spray it directly on the glass. So I'm going to go over that real quick. I'll do this door behind me, and then after that I'm going to finish up the car. That's it. One thing, on this, you notice I used a different microfiber. This microfiber has a real short pile. And what that means is not like super plush. The hairs are real short. I also didn't turn my tag off. So, I use this for glass. They work a lot better. It doesn't trap in as much moisture, but you're not trying to pick up a lot of moisture. It's just the window cleaner on there. And because they're so short and so fine, it takes all the streaks out. So, short pile for glass. Alright, again, I'm Jesse with Clean Green Wash and Wax. If you have any questions, you can email us at service@cleangreenwashandwax.com. Check us out on social media at Clean Green Wash and Wax. Mostly we're on Facebook and Instagram. Or leave comments below. Thank you.